I bet you have a lot to tell me. But first, you should just concentrate on the diary. You can do it.
Lily had never seen Edna so worried. Not even the night that she set fire to the vestry. Was that really so hard? The diary was lying right there. Or hanging, rather. The telltale drawings were dangling from the claw of a dumb, gawking pigeon. Hooray! The marbles were the perfect ammunition for the musket. Instead of catching the pigeon, Lily wondered if she had anything in her inventory to scare it away. She would have even banged on a kettle drum if she'd had one. The moment Lily tried to grab the diary, the pigeon rose in the air and carried it to the roof of the convent, where it disappeared in the rafters above Mother Superior's office. Gawking certainly wasn't going to help. Once again, Lily's path led her back towards the lion's den.
Finally, there you are. Lumpy's starving. Did you get the cat food? What? And then you dare return here? Off with you! Out, out, out! Oh, how I loathe these children!
What do you have there? Cigarettes? No thanks. You can keep those. Of course, but only when and since I'm a... which is...
Lily liked the sparrows. She would have never dreamed of shooting at them. On the other hand, she had to impress Shawnee to get the recipe. Lily might have missed the sparrows, but her effect on Shawnee was apparent. He actually seemed a little impressed. What a nice animal. So proud, such shiny feathers. Hopefully, Lily would have time to play with it later. Shawnee seemed very anxious. Lily preferred not to talk to him in this state. She didn't want to risk him pulling out her braids. But she also needed the recipe. What could she do to get a nasty boy like Shawnee to calm down? Lily had heard that cigarettes were supposed to have a soothing effect. Hooray! What a great job Lily had done. Shawnee seemed to feel much better already. You could tell by the way his pupils were slowly rotating towards the inside. Shawnee wasn't responsive. The cigarettes had made him indifferent. Lily would read the recipe later. After all, she wasn't supposed to make the food herself, but simply take Doris the recipe.
Oh, you have the recipe?
Uh-huh.
Well then, let me see it! I can manage that! Duck roast for Lumpy! Good choice! All I need is the canned food for Mother Superior's meal from the cellar. But I can't start cooking again anyway! As long as the stove isn't working, Mother Superior will have to wait for the cat food! I wouldn't want to be in your shoes when you give her the news! Finally, there you are. Lumpy's starving. Did you get the cat food? What? And then you dare return here? Off with you! Out, out, out! Oh, how I loathe these children!
At night, Mother Superior placed her kettle over the fire here. But at this time of day, she preferred to drink her calming tea in the cafeteria. The stove was black and empty. The cigarette alone wouldn't be enough to get the stove running again. There were those voices again, ordering Lily to burn her stuff. Again, Lily resisted the temptation of obeying them. Lily had placed the log in the stove. Now she just had to light it. The fire was burning merrily, just like the house that often appeared in Lily's dreams.
You again? You shouldn't be wandering the cafeteria. Are you here because of the cat food? Then I am bad as long as I don't have the can from the cellar.
This had to be the canned food Doris was talking about. Lily selected pigeon flavor.
You found the canned food?
Uh-huh.
Very good. I guess that means I can start cooking the meal now. I'll put the roast for the cat in the dumbwaiter right away. But I won't be able to fit anything else in there. I can't send Mother Superior's food up until you put the empty plate back in the dumbwaiter. Got it?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, let's just hope so. Oh, there's the missing child. I was beginning to hope you'd been eaten by a wild animal on the way. But at least you brought the food. I have to finish a few tasks now. Feed Lumpy while I'm gone. And don't even think about leaving the office before the work is done.
How disappointing. It seemed Lumpy didn't feel like eating roast at all. How would Lily ever finish her task now? Cat food with pigeon flavoring. The cafeteria never served anything this delicious. Lumpy obviously enjoyed the pigeon-flavored cat food, and it really looked like he already had an idea where to get second. Too bad the wall was too smooth for his claws. Lily could just forget about that idea. The cheerful fly, at least it... The narrator was slowly losing interest in coming up with motives for Lily's action. The truth of the matter was, no one knew what she was doing and why. Someone was in a rush. Oh, that's what Lumpy had smelled. The pigeon that had stolen Edna's diary was sitting on one of the beams. At the moment, Lily felt even... Oh, that's what... The...
Hey, where are you going? Feed the cat.
Lily thought it might be possible to let the balloon float up to the pigeon, but she doubted that the pigeon would be very impressed by this. Lily kept the idea at the back of her mind. It was a tricky plan, but Lily was running out of options.
My goodness! I see that Lumpy has finally had a meal. Why, this is quite a surprise. Perhaps all hope is not lost for you yet after all. And now leave me alone. Maybe I was too strict with the girl and her fellow students. They're only children after all. Was I too hasty, Lord? Should I stop Dr. Marcel from coming before he tries his new method on the children? Please, give me a sign. What's that? A dove? Or at least a pigeon of peace? Is this your sign? Should I spare the children? Oh, Lord, thank you. What? That those damn children! That's it! I finally reached my limit! Lily!
When Lily walked into the sleeping quarters, Edna was gone. All she found was a hastily scribbled letter on her bed.
Take care, Lilyfred. I have to go. This situation is getting too hot for me to stay. I'll wait for you at the swing tree for a bit. If you hurry, you might still catch me. Otherwise, you can find my hiding place in the map in my diary. I'm sure you've already found it, right? Stay dirty. Love, Edna.
The letter made Lily nervous. She had to catch up with Edna at all costs.
Psst! Lily, hurry, this way! The Doctor and Mother Superior are already hot on your heels.
Lily looked all around in surprise. What kind of strange place was this?
You're probably asking yourself what kind of strange place this is, right? But there's no time for explanations now. Come on, hurry!
Lily paid no attention to Garrett's frantic pace. First, she wanted to look at everything in peace.
Could there be a secret passage here?
You might be right. Let me think for a moment.
On the other hand, she wasn't interested in these technical knickknacks at all.
Stop dragging! Let's go! Stop! That's Dr. Marcel with Mother Superior. I don't think they've seen us yet.
She isn't in her bunk, but she can't be far.
I'm surprised that you tolerate this kind of insubordination in your convent.
I'll have the entire ground search for her immediately.
Do that. All of this seems unpleasantly familiar to me.
Let's go! This is our chance!
So that was the Dr. Marcel everyone was talking about. The doctor was surely someone you could talk to about anything. But Lily couldn't think of anything to talk about.